Hello and welcome to Ready Set Indie Games Presents Indie Game Recap, a podcast that predominantly focuses on indie games and the news around indie games. I'm your host, Ready Set, and on today's episode, I'm going to be discussing the Kickstarter for Avid Neon, a review for Omno, my first impressions of Tandem, A Tale of Shadows, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the free-to-play game Hidden Lands. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So there is a Kickstarter for a game called Avid Neon. And Avid Neon is a 2D platformer developed and published by CryoGX. Now, the Kickstarter has met its goal, but currently has 8 days left at the time of this recording and is looking to meet its stretch goals. Now, I did get a chance to play the demo, which can be found on Steam, itch.io, and GameJolt. I enjoyed the demo a lot, although there were some control issues as far as the analog stick goes. It can get a little bit messy playing with the analog stick, so I tend to stick with the D-pad when playing this. However, if you are into fast-paced games, I would recommend giving the demo a go for yourself and see if you like it. And of course, if you do like the game or the demo of the game, consider helping the Kickstarter, be it by giving towards the Kickstarter itself or sharing it amongst others. Moving on to our next order of business is Omno. Now, Omno was developed by Jonas Mankey and published by Future Friend Games and Studio Inky Fox and was released on July 20th, 2021 to PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Now, again, you can pick this up on Steam or PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, going for the price of about $18.99 USD. Now, if you are one of the lucky ones who has Gamepass for Xbox One, you can also play it on Gamepass as it is included on the Gamepass. Now, I originally played the demo for Omno in June of this year and absolutely loved it, so I was happy when I was provided with a free copy of the game to play for review. So I do want to take the time to thank the developers and publishers for providing me with a copy of the game to play for review. Now, graphically, Omno is breathtaking. In the game, you embark on a journey across the lands, solving platforming puzzles and discovering new creatures as you travel the land. As I said, Omno is beautiful, and the music and atmosphere will pull you in. I did run into some performance issues here and there where the game would stutter for a moment, but overall, I still enjoyed the game. If you're someone who enjoys exploration and puzzle games, then be sure to pick up Omno on PC, PlayStation 4, or Xbox One. And again, it's going for about $18.99 USD, or if you have Xbox Game Pass, you can play it through the Game Pass. So definitely go ahead and check out Omno. On to our next order of business, just in time for spoofy season, comes Tandem, A Tale of Shadows, which is said to be released on October 21st of 2021. So Tandem, A Tale of Shadows is a top-down, side-scrolling puzzle game in which you control Emma, a 10-year-old girl who wants to solve the disappearance of Thomas Kane, the son of an illusionist, and Fenton, a teddy bear in which Emma sees come to life and runs towards the mansion, which happens to be the last known place of Thomas. Together, Emma and Fenton must solve the puzzles to get to the bottom of what happened to the illusionist's son. Now, I do want to take the time to thank Monochrome Paris and Hinton Interactive, and I'm sorry if I ruined the name there, and their PR team for reaching out to me and providing me with a copy of the game to play for this impression. The game is beautiful. Let's just start off right there. I originally played it in June and then was offered a newer update of the game to play as well. And again, the game is just simply beautiful and gorgeous. And I like the puzzles in the game. I am a big puzzle game fanatic, and this puzzle has a lot of good this game has a lot of good puzzles in it. On top of that, I did love the look of Emma, who reminded me a bit of Alice from Alice in Wonderland. And I'm Also, a big fan of games that allow for you to control multiple characters as, to solve a puzzle. So, usually when you're in the top down setting for Tandem, A Tale of Shadows, you're playing as Emma. And then when it goes to like the side scrolling part, you play as Fenton the bear, who can only be moved through the shadows. So Emma kind of has to set up the shadows for Fenton to do what he needs to do in order to obtain the crystal to throw down to Emma. So I did have a lot of fun with the game, and I'm looking forward to playing more of the game when it does release again on October 21st of 2021. So basically, if you're someone who doesn't like things that go bump in the night, and you're not one that's really big on horror, but you still want to participate in the spoofy season or the spooky season, then I do highly recommend adding Tandem, A Tale of Shadows to your wish list on Steam. Although the game will be available on PC, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Now, for our last order of business, I do want to take the time to talk about a free-to-play game that has caught my attention. Now, the reason I like to talk about free-to-play games, or the reasons that I showcase free-to-play games on my actual streams, is because sometimes free-to-play games get a bad rep. So, I kind of want to show people that they're not all bad. So, there are some really good, free-to-play games out there. And I think the problem with free-to-play games is that a lot of people are used to them either having, technically some of them are kind of like shovelware. A lot of free-to-play games you tend to see are idle games, or they have a lot of ads in them. But there are some games out there that are worth mentioning. So I wanted to try to bring as much attention to the free-to-play games that do deserve to be kind of put out there for you guys to kind of check them out. And so this week's free-to-play game is Hidden Lands. And Hidden Lands is available on PC through Steam and itch.io, as well as Google Play Store and the Apple App Store, if you are on the go. Now, Hidden Lands is a spot the difference game. So if you're familiar with those puzzles, maybe from the highlight magazines, or puzzles from the back of a cereal box where, you have to spot the differences. It's pretty self-explanatory. But what happens in Hidden Lands is you take a look at two different pieces of land side by side and you spot the differences. Sometimes, depending on which levels you choose, there are multiple levels in the level, and then sometimes it's just one. But nonetheless, for it to be such a simple game, and sometimes I get a little caught up because I'm like, wait, where's the difference? And sometimes I might miss something. But nonetheless, I'm starting to see a trend, and like the spot the difference games, there are quite a few of them starting to come out now, and I love spot the difference games. So, next to hidden objects, I would say spot the difference is one that I've always wanted to see come to light, and now we're starting to get that. But the game is very relaxing, and it is free to play. And for it to be a free to play, it does offer you quite a bit of levels. So it's not like, okay, this is not like a demo if you're getting it on PC, or you have to pay any extra to get the extra levels. If you're on mobile, you don't have to do any of that. This is a full game that's free to play. Now, the PC version of the game does not have ads. So if you're someone that doesn't like ads, then you might want to pick this one up on PC through Steam, or again, itch.io. Now, if you are one that's on the go and you do mobile gaming, there is a free-to-play version for mobile. However, it does have ads. And we know with a lot of mobile games, ads help kind of fund the game. So if you do want to try this out on mobile, there is an option to pay to have no ads. And for Google Play, it's going for about $2 USD, roughly. And as I don't have an iOS device, I can't confirm what the price would be for Apple App Store. But if you are looking for a game to relax to, and get lost in for hours, then I recommend checking out Hidden Lands. Again, Hidden Lands is free to play. It is available on PC through Steam and itch.io, as well as Google Play Store and Apple App Store. And that is going to do it for this week's episode of Indie Game Recap. I hope that you did enjoy the content, and if you do enjoy the content, I do hope that you might check out my other content by visiting my link tree at www.linktr.ee/ReadySetIndieGames, which will give you all of my social details. I am on Twitter, I am on Twitch, I am on YouTube, I have my own website. So I have a lot of different social details that you can reach to me if you would like to submit your game for gameplay coverage, as well as for me to talk about on my new podcast here. There is also a submission form in my link tree for you to submit games. Of course, starting September the 27th up into September the 30th at 5 p.m. If your game is not Halloween based, then I would like to let you know ahead of time that I would be doing coverage for those particular games in November, as the Halloween season is coming upon us. So the month of October, I want to focus on Halloween themed type games, either point and click, horror, games that are cutesy and not really horror, and maybe zombie type games are the games that I will be focusing on next month. But if you do have a Halloween themed game, I also have a submission form for those as well in my link tree that you can check out. Also, if you enjoyed my content and would like to support the podcast or even myself as a content creator, please feel free to donate to my Ko-fi page. And my Ko-fi page is ko-fi.com/ReadySetIndieGames. There's things that I am trying to do for the channel, as well as hopefully do even more podcasts and things like that. So if you do enjoy what you hear, definitely go ahead and check out my Ko-fi page as well. So until next time, this is Indie Game Recap. I am Ready Set. Please be safe and keep gaming.